to my channel. So I just wanted to give you my 5 care tips for the pilea plant. Now this is a really popular type of plant right now. It has these really different circular shaped leaves that really remind me of a lily pad, and they're just such a statement piece because of their long stems, which are called petioles, and they're just so beautiful, and they're great because the mother plant will produce pups and they just pop up along the soil, and then once the pups grow large enough you can propagate them. So once this plant produces pups, I'm going to make a video for you guys on how I propagate them and produce more plants from this one. So keep an eye out for that video. It will be coming once this plant produces enough. Alright, so let's get into those 5 tips on how you can keep your pilea looking healthy and happy. So the first thing you need to keep in mind is the light requirement. So for this type of plant, it does well in both bright light homes and also lower light. So it is great for a wide variety of environments because we all have different light that we get within our home. But you just want to make sure that there's no sunbeams hitting the leaves directly, because that can cause burning if it's happening in the afternoon because the sun is pretty intense. The next thing you need to consider is watering. So you want to make sure that when you water this that it dries out completely. The reason why you don't want to overwater usually any type of indoor plant is because if the water is in the soil and it's soggy, that is a breeding ground for any type of bugs like gnats or aphids, different types of bugs, and also it can cause root rot if the roots are sitting in soggy soil. So this is true for most plants, that you want to have a hole at the bottom of your pot so that the water can drain out properly. The third thing to consider is the type of soil. This type of plant does great in just a standard potting mix. I like the Espoma brand personally, but any type of standard potting mix will do great for this plant. The fourth tip is fertilizing. So you want to fertilize this plant during the growing season. So for where I live, that would be the springtime. The growing season is when this plant will grow more rapidly, so you want to use a balanced fertilizer and just go by the directions on your fertilizer bottle, and it's good to dilute it a little further than they recommend because you don't want to over fertilize any of your plants because that can cause the leaves to burn. And if your home is more dark, then you want to fertilize even less because it's going to be growing more slowly, so it won't need as many nutrients if it's a darker home. The fifth thing to consider is these leaves are very porous. So if you use a standard tap water, there are a lot of minerals within that water, so the leaves will start to develop white spots. So I prefer using distilled water because it keeps the leaves nice and green and just a solid green color without the white spots. So that's what I prefer using, and I think the plant is a lot happier and healthier when I use the distilled water. And I actually have a question for any of you viewers who own a pilea. I noticed a lot of my leaves have started to curl. If you can see, they're not completely flat like these ones on the outside. So if you have any tips for me on how to fix this, that would be great because I really do prefer when they're flat like this. Alright, so guys, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. You can also follow me on my Instagram. It's Juju Succulents. And make sure to stay tuned for when I make the video when I propagate the pups from this plant. That'll be coming within the next few months because I do have to wait for them to form from the mother plant. Alright, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye!